We are the anchors of Queer News Tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. McDonald's and Al have created a video series of nonprofit leaders offering advice to queer youth.
A Minnesota principal was fired for supporting LGBTQ, but a judge ruled it wasn't discrimination because she's a straight, cisgender woman.
October is LGBTQ History Month, and the queer community needs to remember our struggles now more than ever.
A transgender woman has won a lawsuit against McDonald's franchise that fired her after she reported harassment.
Season 6 of the horror drag show Dragula is here, and we meet the gruesome cast of drag queens and kings.
Good evening and welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ+ daily evening television news, broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels. We're proud to announce that YouTube has recognized Queer News Tonight, certified by analytics company vidIQ, that we now have more than 9.5 million views because of you. More than 500,000 of you have watched this show in the last 60 days, and for that, we say thank you. It is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we're going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ evening news show. Whatever happens unique in queer news, you will see it and hear it.
Hotspots Magazine Happening Out Television Network is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model of PBS and NPR, but designed for the queer community. Our mission is to support the 11 pillars of our LGBTQ community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Help us support our community.
We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network.
In 2024, our magazine is celebrating 40 years of the LGBTQ experience, and our television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the queer and broader community.
That's right, Christopher, and let's meet tonight's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome Dr. Tai Houser. Woo! Yeah, he's you notice how I'm the only one saying woo?
Oh, woo!
Right,
Woo!
right, it's just you and me. Woo! Dr. Tai Houser is a professor of English and Humanities at Broward College and teaches in the College of Business at Florida Atlantic University. He has served as a visiting professor in colleges in Bolivia, Brazil, China, India, and Spain, and provides an international viewpoint. Welcome back, Tai. Do you miss any of your students out there?
Oh, my students abroad?
Yeah.
I do, actually. I miss some because, well, I hate to say it this way, but they were so interesting and engaging in ways that even my international students in the States aren't. Oh. So, I really enjoyed that.
You're saying they had more personality.
Well, no, not more personality. They're just a different worldview, a different perspective.
They just sucked up to you better. Is that what it is?
They brought me gifts.
International gifts.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Well, welcome back, Ty. Great to have you here, puppy. Let's welcome Bonnie Builder. She's the premier South Florida bodybuilding drag queen and the forever reigning Mixed Mary's Wilton Manors. A recent graduate of FIU, Bonnie Builder is a trainer and comes to life with a microphone and a spotlight in her hand. Welcome back, Bonnie Builder. What's going on in your world, boo?
Girl, so much, because they just can't stop having me everywhere. So, let me tell y'all, on Wednesdays, as you should already know, we are going to the gathering at 8-ish o'clock, whenever I feel like starting, for drag trivia. We have a couple of hours of drag trivia, so bring your smart friends. We have a lot of good stuff. We have prizes. We got drinks. We have a bathhouse that I am somewhat familiar with. And we have
Yeah.
And we have a great time. Now also, on October 11th is Coming Out Day. And at Rhythm and Release in Miami Shores, it is a fun cycling gym. You can find me there performing for you, assuming you get a ticket, while you are doing a cycling class. If you want more information on that, go to Bodybuilder on Instagram.
Are you going to be on the cycle?
That's not what I'll be writing there.
Oh,
No.
wow.
Oh, honey.
Hello, baby. You see.
Next up, let's welcome Dr. Bobby Huen. He's a certified civil and family mediator and a co-founder of BH Conflict Resolution Services. From Hong Kong and having grown up across the world, he can offer a queer global perspective on current events. Welcome back, Bobby.
Hey, Faye, how are you?
Good. Have you helped two people come to an understanding lately that you were surprised you did?
This morning actually.
Yeah?
But I'm here. I want to actually promote something here today.
Please.
So as we all know, Hurricane Helene just tore a new hole throughout the South. And one particularly hard-hit spot is Asheville, North Carolina, which is kind of what Wilton Manors is to North Carolina. To North Carolina. And there's this couple who just opened a brand new gay bar restaurant called Day Trip, literally 32 days before Helene hit, and the entire bar was swept away. I found out this morning, and I asked, like, can I put out the fundraising appeal out here? And I did. And you can find the link later on at my socials. I will have posted it by then. And it's a GoFundMe. Currently, they're asking for $180,000, and they already raised $126,000.
Wow.
So that's great. So, I mean, on behalf of our community and to support gay bar culture, let's give them anything that helps.
Completely, and that's just a drop in the bucket. 180 grand is not going to get them very far, right?
Well, but
so they need all the money they can.
They can navigate the insurance, rebuilding, and
rebuilding. It looks like end of days when I look at people's videos and pictures. It's just so sad.
Literally houses are floating. I haven't seen that bad since like maybe Homestead, like Andrew, and
even and we're more or less not ready for it, but we are more or less prepared. Like we know what to do. North Carolina didn't know what to deal with when
North
it came
Carolina.
to a hurricane to this caliber.
Western North Carolina actually is 2,000 feet up. Like they don't expect a hurricane to hit that way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, our thoughts and prayers are definitely going out to everyone that's been affected. A lot of people here have family there and have people that have moved from South Florida that have gone to Asheville. My friend Carlos Marrero, and he used to be part of Happening Out as well. Whole cities were swept away. So if there's anything that you can do, please do so. Also, Humane Society is out there helping all the pups out there that are in need. So if you've got some extra ducats, send it over. Folks in Florida are also suffering as well. So if you've got some extra money and you got some extra coin, pass it forward, okay? It comes back to you a million times over. Now, last but not least, I haven't seen my friend in a little while, and I love to mess with Christopher. He's an incredible human being, and I love to mess with him, all right? Let's welcome Christopher Barnhill. Christopher is a native of Washington, D.C. He's an HIV activist and community leader. If there's one thing you must know about him, is that Brandy Norwood is his absolute queen in everything. And I love to mess with him because, come on, it's Brandy. Like, when's the last time she's been relevant, baby?
She just came out with a movie. It flopped. But anyway. It was bad, man. It was bad.
What movie was it?
It was, I can't remember the name of it. It was
her number one fan. You're the only one who saw the movie.
I love her music.
Wasn't it a horror movie?
It was a horror movie. I can't remember.
Horrible, yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Was that another title?
Listen, I love Brandy's music. I will stand on this. I'm not a fan of her acting.
Okay.
But I love her music. It's good to be back, y'all. Thank you for having me, Faye.
And everyone. I adore you, Christopher. Listen, so you're such a big Brandy fan, right? What happened 30 years ago this week?
Oh, yes. Brandy's first album came out.
All right. Yes. I looked that shit up. I didn't know.
6 million.
I didn't know. Okay,
6 million pure albums sold. No one's doing that these days. Pure albums.
Oh, okay. Come on, pure.
And of course, this is tonight's lead anchor, FayWhat. She is a legendary events host, television and radio personality, and the host of the FayWhat show on Mondays at Hotspots Happening Out. The Stonewall National Museum and Archives is presenting Back to the Drive 2 on October 17th. Tell us what's happening, Faye.
Yes. So join Hollywood legend Jacqueline Bisset, gorgeous, and screen-stealing star Wes Ramsey at the second annual Back to the Drive and celebrate the 20th anniversary of their history-making film, Latter Days. They will be joined by the film's writer-director C.J. Cox and producer Kirkland Tibbles, who have a few surprises for us all, okay? One of the most successful ways to break down... Okay, I'm so sorry. One of the most successful ways to break down and eliminate stigma is through cinema, and you will celebrate that with the stars on October 17th at 6 p.m. at the venue, okay? This event supports all Stonewall local and national educational programs, and there will be a special tribute to bars and safe spaces that have long provided our community with refuge in trying times, all right? Thanks to Raising the Bars. Get your tickets now at stonewall-museum.org. So we are the reporters for Queer News Tonight, and this evening we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ plus community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast. And here are the bullet points of the queer news for today, Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. First, let's begin by queering up queer culture. It's LGBTQ plus History Month and why we can't forget our past. LGBTQ plus History Month was founded in 1994 by Rodney Wilson, the first openly gay public school teacher in Missouri. October was chosen because the first and second LGBT marches on Washington in 1979 and 1987 were both in October. And National Coming Out Day is October 11th. South Florida's Broward County School District was the first in the nation to recognize the month in 2012, soon followed by the Los Angeles School District. As Mark Berryhill, CEO of Equal Pride, wrote, quote, "Throughout our journey, we have been inspired by the resilience, courage, and creativity of our community. Stories of activists who push boundaries, artists who redefine culture, and everyday heroes who lived boldly and authentically despite the odds. These stories resonate and inspire us as we face a moment of reckoning. Across the nation, there is an alarming increase in anti-LGBTQ plus bills and rhetoric. Attempts to roll back the hard-won rights and protections our community has fought for is a stark reminder that progress is never guaranteed. It's a fight we must continue every day," end quote. Queer News Tonight honors those who came before us and hope to continue to work towards a future where all Americans are created equal. You know, reading this story, it definitely washes over me that the first school district to actually say, this is what we're going to do. LGBTQ plus history is important was here in South Florida.
Wow.
And this couldn't be the most, damning when it comes to LGBTQ plus community anywhere. Here in South Florida, unfortunately, they don't think, well, not here in South Florida, in Florida as a whole, they don't think that LGBTQ plus history or Black history is important to teach our students in school. So this is another reason why LGBTQ plus History Month is so freaking important. We cannot forget all the people who came before us, the Marsha P. Johnson, the Harvey Milk, Langston Hughes, who was a gay Black author, okay? Prince Mavendra Singh, who was the first openly gay prince. You know, these are the shoulders that we stand on now and forever. People want our history to be erased. We cannot allow that to happen.
Absolutely. I mean, we already lost a generation of LGBTQ people to, especially gay men, to HIV and AIDS. Mm-hmm. Right. That's why sometimes the gay culture seems to be a very youth obsessed because, well, after all, we have lost an entire generation that never grew up to be elders. Yeah. But now, with advances in medication and treatment, we can now recultivate a new generation of LGBTQ elders who can remember the history, who can tell it down the line. Yeah. And that's very important.
And that's so important to share the history, like you said, Bob.
I love how in my some of my social feeds, I get these, we've always been here posts, and it's like pictures from as far back as you can take pictures of queer people out there doing their thing. And it's like, okay, yeah, we have always been here. And that's what this month is about as well, is kind of looking back and saying, okay, even though we might not have been represented, we were still fathers and mothers and brothers and sisters and gay at the same time.
Yeah, and we were still upholding members of society, in every society that has been since the beginning of time.
Yeah. I think it's very important as I sit here with my queer ancestors.
Why did you look at me when you said that?
Give me a second. I'm going to look at Faye too. Oh my God! As I sit here with my queer ancestors, I just have to thank those whose shoulders I'm standing on. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for so many people choosing to be brave, choosing to confront their family and say, this is who I am, whether you kick me out or love on me, like this, I will remain this way. I stand on those shoulders. Choosing to be bravely queer is such a harrowing experience. The coming out process is terrifying. But when you decide to come out that closet and you feel like you can start being your true self, and then you really start painting in the colors of like who you are as a person, that is just an incredibly beautiful sight to see for anybody to go through. When I came out as gay, when I started performing in drag, I just decided there's no edges to the paper that I'm coloring in, which is my life. Like, I'm going to fill this in as much as I want to and spread out even further. We're going to color outside the lines. And this is an incredible month. October was already my favorite month because I love the ookie spooky, but the fact that it's also very gay now, girl, you better work.
You got 2 months now.
Hello. You gotta work. That's right.
But you know what's also important, like the Harlem Renaissance had so many queer poets, writers, musicians, and I think to not teach about that because they're gay is just such a disadvantage for all of the young gay poets and writers that could be coming up, because that period was so monumental in a lot of like rich history. And I think that, you know, you choosing this one aspect to gloss over it's a very small part of their existence, but they added so much value to our culture and community.
Yeah, I mean, think
we
about
black
ballroom.
people got a lot of work to do.
Ballroom too as well, yeah.
We got a lot of work to do in our own community. The fact that the queers have contributed so much to black culture and community, and we still get ostracized so much for being who we are. We got so much work to do, y'all. Especially in the rap community, because, you know, half of them, most of them,
Tap. Yeah.
hello, baby.
Are we talking about Diddy?
Girl.
Talk about a few others too.
Lil Nas X was not the first open lead. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Okay, next, let's queer up LGBTQ plus youth, and I don't mean Bonnie. McDonald's and Out.com partner for Coming Out Me series in support of queer youth. To celebrate LGBTQ plus identities and shared experiences, Out and McDonald's have partnered to release a 5-part video series called Coming Out Me. The series spotlights leaders from queer nonprofits and the work they are doing to support LGBTQ plus youth by sharing their own personal stories and advice. Out is also making charitable contributions on behalf of McDonald's to those 5 organizations. The individuals featured include Christina Herrera, the founder of Translatinx Network, Jeff Katz, Senior Director of Development at True Colors United, Jean-Marie Navetta, I think, Vice President of Learning Programs at Out and Equal, and Maurice Pierce, Program Director at Stonewall Community Foundation. The final video is from Brandon Wolf, National Press Secretary for the Human Rights Campaign. These videos and more information about National Coming Out Day and LGBTQ plus History Month can be found at out.com/comingoutme.
I think coming out has transformed every aspect of my life.
I'm driven by this passion to ensure that the next generation of young people have an opportunity to thrive.
Coming out has shaped the work I do by reminding me that you have to meet people where they are.
Because it's every single time that we are seen, we are carving out the space for the person who is coming up next.
Anything is possible. Our work, our lives, is a testament of resiliency within our community.
I think coming out me.
Coming out me.
Coming out me.
Coming out me.
Coming out me feels like this unbridled, unapologetic, audacious joy.
So, audacious joy, what a great way to end that, because it was it looks like this is going to be such a great project. I hope to see it. But one thing that I want to observe is this better be McDonald's, because every college student I know eats nothing but McDonald's.
Which poor, yeah.
Oh.
No, but listen, McDonald's ain't that cheap anymore.
No, it's
I went to
not.
McDonald's the other
Really
day for me and my
not.
wife, and it was $40. Like, how? And it was not a big. We got like 2 meals and a couple apple pies and a
Okay.
Did the dog get a meal too? Jesus
It was
Christ.
not a lot, okay? And it was close to that. But anyway, I love me some McDonald's, okay? Coming Out Day is super important. You know, I've sat in this chair and I have said that, unfortunately, Coming Out Day is every day to us, and sometimes multiple times a day. And if we start a new job or start hanging out with somebody new or meet somebody new or get our dry cleaning done somewhere new, we have to come out. All right. That is us on an everyday basis. But I appreciate that they have one day to spotlight the coming out experience, right? Because it helps others to come out. right? And at the end of the day, that should be our mission. So just make it a little easier for the next generation to not have to go through all the crap that we've been through, you know? And what a better way to come out than with McDonald French fries. I mean, they're the best French fries in the world, you know? They
also,
really
isn't
are.
Ronald McDonald just a drag queen in disguise?
Oh.
Why are you looking at Bonnie?
I don't paint like Miss Ronald. Baby, I don't be doing no white face. But I will say, McDonald's is a really cool project that you're doing, and if you stand by it when you get pushback, I will really be proud of you. If this project gets pushed aside once people start complaining and boycotting McDonald's, then I take it all back. But as we stand, I am very proud of you.
As of now, right?
As whatever day it is, whatever time it is, right now, I'm proud of you. Well, but also, they got the chicken snack wraps coming back from McDonald's. I saw that and it's real coming. You all remember?
I do like the chicken snack wraps.
Baby, the crispy chicken with the lettuce and the ranch dressing.
Did you ever have the McRib?
The McRib I love.
I didn't do the McRib. I was a little nervous.
They brought back the McRib and they made me eat it on this show. It was freaking good.
It was good. Did it taste like school lunch and Rick McRib?
Yes, I think that's why I liked it though, Christopher, because it tasted like PS9 freaking like, you know, rib with the little mashed potatoes that wasn't real on the side. You know what I mean?
To this day, I still, thanks to high school, I still eat tater tots every time available.
School lunch isn't so bad.
All right, McDonald's, good job. I guess.
But you know, okay, don't become Chick-fil-A. That's all I'm trying to say.
I like their French fries, but I really like the fact that that there's so many people of color represented in that campaign. It was a good array of that, so that's good for people like me when I was a young kid, little Gaby coming.
How long ago was that?
You know, 20 years ago.
20 years ago?
Listen, black don't crack. He looks
yes.
I was saying, you look like the second youngest person at this table. By a long shot.
Well, thank you. But yes.
You love the representation.
Yeah, I love the representation.
And I think that's super important, right? To see ourselves coming out, right? Again, makes the process
easier.
Very
important. It's very important, especially in cities where being gay is definitely not a cool thing, but it seemed like there is some progress, but then we seem to just take, you know, our will back and go further steps back and really just mess things up. So I'm really glad to see that.
And reiterating what Bonnie said, I really hope that they don't get scared out. You know what I mean? Like I really was,
like Target.
I was gonna say that, Christopher. Like I wasn't a big Target fan, and then when they came out with all the Pride merchandise, then it came out with even more Pride merchandise. I was like, well, maybe I was wrong about this white ass corporation. Nope. We weren't wrong.
We would have you just put it in the bag.
We'll put it in the back. Put it in the back. We'll put it in the back.
In the dusty corners. Okay, good.
Bonnie, what's next?
Next, let's queer up drag culture. Get spooky as the cast of the Boulet Brothers Dragula season 666 is unearthed.
The first thing I see is this big Teletubby toilet bowl, and I'm like, bitch, who the fuck are you? They kind of look like a drag queen's large intestine.
I don't know where I am. To be honest, this is already becoming kind of strange. Motherfucker! Bitch, why are you back? Like, you had your chance.
Why am I here? Why are you here in this Gaga costume, baby?
I'm just saying, bitch, you're wearing regular clothes. Why the fuck you coming for me? I literally made this shit.
I can't see nothing. I'm stressed. Shit.
No! Not even 5 seconds into the competition, and this bitch snatched my wig. No! Especially not my $500 wig, bitch. I want that shit back. It is honestly terrifying.
What's your name?
I'm Severity Stone.
Damn, that's a tall bitch.
Severity!
I hate everybody. Thank you.
Five, bitches!
Oh, well.
Everyone's getting out of drag, and I understand why they say hello, uglies.
Ooh, bitch, that was crazy. Ooh, drinks!
Do you choose to use the scroll to save yourself from extermination?
There's a few people that I think need it a little more than me.
Bitch, are we in the same room?
So the person I'm voting for today was in the top. No, I'm joking. Sorry.
That's right, darlings. You're going shark diving.
Five, bitches.
Drag isn't just about pageantry and glamour, as Dragmorda and Swantula, also known as the Boulet brothers, are happy to show you with their horror-themed competition, Dragula. Season 666, which premiered this week to kick off spooky season, chimes in the witching hour at midnight with 12 ghastly and frighteningly fabulous queens and kings as they compete to be crowned the world's next drag supermonster. With a grand prize of $100,000, the competition is sure to be a killer. This season's cadavers to be include Asia Consent from Portland, Oregon, Auntie Heroin of Rockford, Illinois, who I'm rooting for, Aurora Gosmic from Chicago, Desiree Dick from Washington, D.C., Gray Matter from Houston, Jaharia from Kansas City, Missouri, Majesty, formerly known as James Majesty, also from Portland, Oregon, Pi from Philadelphia, Scylla, also from Chicago, Severity Stone from Boston, Vivi the Force from San Diego, California, and representing Auckland, New Zealand is Yuri, formerly known as Yuri Guai. You can watch on Shudder or AMC Plus to see who lives to be crowned the most frighteningly fierce drag performer. Now, unlike everybody sitting at this table, I am a huge fan of the show. I have watched every season when it has come out. I know everybody that's been on the show. I know damn near every episode. I think it is insane. I will never be on it because you're not having me eat fucking pig ass and dog shit. I'm not doing that.
What is the difference between this show and RuPaul's Drag Race? So they add kind of like things that competitions where you eat weird shit?
So the biggest difference between Drag Race and Dragula is if you do poorly on Drag Race, you are doing a bottom two lip sync. If you do poorly on Dragula, you are doing some wild shit. They've had people get tattooed, pins and needles stuck through the skin. Get tased, get chased, they had to literally wrestle each other. Literally, this episode, you saw them swimming with live sharks, not in a cage. They do some real shit on that show, and you will never see me on it. But I am a huge fan because I love Ookie Spooky, and I obviously love drag. And I feel like this platform right here really gives the queens the ability to really expand their artistry and do some of the wild, crazy shit that some of the sponsors on other shows won't allow them to do. So I appreciate you doing the things that I will never do, Dragula contestants. And for you to make it to season 666 is incredible because that production has gone through so much.
Wow. Okay. So have they been around for 6 seasons now?
Hell yes, they have. Plus an all-star season.
Okay, I've got to watch this. And they're also giving $100K. I mean,
that's a lot of money.
Of their own money.
And they're doing their own makeup, etc.
Hell yeah. You can see the girls actively making their costumes on the show for every runway.
Wow.
It is insane.
Is there any singing or dancing?
There is some stuff. They have like group band challenges where it's like hard rock music, and they have acting challenges and such and therefore and so on and whatever the fuck. But it is actually so entertaining to watch like true artists be ookie spooky, and they cross the line a lot of the time. It is nuts.
And again, if the Boulet brothers don't play, I know that much, okay?
Yeah, they're
and
also lovers, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, they're a couple.
And the
brothers?
The two drag queens that are heading it.
They
the
are
Boulet brothers.
They're a couple. They're not actually brothers.
Oh,
this is.
I was like, I was carefully that. That's good.
The Boulet brothers is an act.
My stance on incest, it is none of my business. Don't bring it to me.
Listen, I didn't like it, and then I started watching Game of Thrones, and now I'm kind of torn, right? And I'm just
the fuck
saying.
happened on that show?
Oh, you have to.
Well, you gotta watch that.
You gotta watch it. I love that that prize money is up there. That's what I love about this whole thing. $100,000 can really could amp up your career, can get you to the next level of your career. You know, has there been a breakout star from any of these seasons that has gone on to do like big things? Like we have, Alyssa Edwards, and we have like Big Jinx Monsoon on Drag Race that are now not only known for Drag Race.
I would say yes. There's Meatball. She is a viral queen. She started on Dragula, but not many people know that because she's just branded herself as like the LA comedy girl.
Okay.
She has successful shows in LA, like for example, Fat Slut is one of her shows. I hear it's a really good time. People go on stage, eat food naked, it's the whole thing. Yeah, I'm telling Dragula people, they don't give a fuck.
Okay.
But they have a lot of breakout stars. They have people who have talents that expand beyond drag. So they have people who work on actual productions, costuming, professional makeup, people who have worked at Universal Studios and have built sets and costumes for people. They have literal, actual artistic talent on the show, and they make them eat
worms and shit like that.
So it's like RuPaul's Drag Race meets Fear Factor.
Boom.
That's what I was thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Meets Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's something to look forward to. It doesn't come out too often. I believe they come out every October, which is fabulous because you don't get inundated with so much of their content. They let you wait a year and breathe.
I love that.
And let the winners celebrate. But it's a good time. I love it.
All right. Bobby?
Oh, okay. Next, let's queer up trans rights. 11 years later, trans McDonald's worker wins $930,000 in workplace harassment lawsuit. In the legal battle that started 11 years ago, a transgender woman in Washington, D.C. was awarded $930,000 in a workplace discrimination lawsuit against her local McDonald's. Diana Portillo Medrano said she was subjected to, quote, a barrage of taunts, laughter, ridicule, and harassment because she is a transgender woman, end quote. The lawsuit alleged that the franchise owners used Medrano's undocumented status as the reason for firing her after she reported repeated harassment to the D.C. Office of Human Rights. Medrano, who emigrated from El Salvador, was one of the several employees hired by the franchise who lacked legal status for employment in the United States. The lawsuit stated, quote, despite the successful 5-year career with McDonald's marked by raises, promotion, and awards, and absence of any discipline, plaintiff Diana Medrano's supervisors and co-workers discriminated against her because she is a transgender woman, end quote. The jury awarded Medrano $700,000 in punitive damages and $230,000 for emotional distress. First of all, I think that number should be higher. It's 11 years. Even if the lawyers take it pro bono, that's a lot of dragging. And since I work in the mediation field, I'm guessing that they have repeatedly delay the proceedings again and again and again. Hopefully they'll go away, or better yet, the franchise owners probably hopefully she'll get deported and the case would just dismiss itself.
Yeah. Or she would stop fighting.
Yeah. And obviously she did not stop fighting, and her legal representative has scored her a nice victory.
Yeah.
But really, I mean,
11 years.
11 years.
You know, and it's funny because we just had a positive story about McDonald's, and then we talk about this. We must remind our viewers that McDonald's are franchises, right? They're not all, they're not all owned by one person, right? There is Big Brother, but each one is individually owned. And we're talking about something that happened 15 years ago, right? More or less. Because my first thought was, okay, she was undocumented. How did they give her a job, right? Without the proper paperwork. But unbeknownst to me, like, the owners of that McDonald's were giving people jobs left and right without any documentation needed kind of deal, Again, try to get slave labor, right, at a quarter of the cost because undocumented folks can't get many jobs, legitimately. And then, trans people, again, no one at this table is trans, so we can't talk about the trans experience lived wise, but trans people deal with a lot of shit, and the amount of crap that she probably had to endure for all that time living, working there, plus getting accolades, getting raises, right? Probably having to train other people and trying to make other people, become good workers. And then this is how they treated her.
I believe every word she said. I believe every single word, because they be saying slick shit. And especially when she's in a position where she needs the help, they're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh yeah, we going to slide with all the slick shit because where else are you going to go?
Yep.
And that is absolutely disgusting. So I'm glad she got every penny. She deserves more.
She deserves
But
more.
I believe every word she says, and it's happening everywhere.
She was very much exploited. I mean, legally she was just simply exploited for cheap labor.
That's right.
Yeah, because it's not, slaves weren't paid, so it wasn't enslaved labor, but it was definitely taken advantage of. I think it's important that, corporations definitely have their checks and balances and making sure that across the board, whether it's a franchise or not, that they are educating their managers, the line workers on LGBTQ,
sensitivity training.
Sensitivity training, also just hiring people who reflect a broad, vast, an inclusive community that reflects many different types of people. Maybe she could have been a manager or something.
Yeah.
Because, she was a good employee, had been there for 5 years. Maybe she could have been a general manager, giving her opportunity as a trans woman of color, a leg up. So, I think it's important that, you can't just, here's your franchise and not check up on them and see if they, following the rules, because then things like this happen.
Yeah, and things have changed. Things have changed over the last decade. People have cracked down more on having undocumented people work for you, et cetera, especially at a corporation like McDonald's. They still took advantage of her at the end of the day. And like everybody at this table said, she deserves more. But you know what, Diana, you stayed and you fought, girl. Okay, because I don't think that I would have lasted the 11 years. And I would have been like, this country doesn't love me. This place is not good for me. Peace,
But the stress on her mental health.
Yeah. Oh God.
Like just going through the court proceedings and it's almost like the system just kind of doubled down on what she was experiencing. Because I'm like, 11 years and only $930,000. Now you should have bankrupt the company.
So this LGBTQ plus History Month, we should celebrate her strength, resilience, and sense of personal value.
Definitely.
For sure.
Well, maybe not eat that McDonald's chicken snack wrap. Maybe. Maybe. Been waiting a long time for it to come back.
You can have it, baby. You can have it.
I'll take it.
Christopher, what's next, baby?
Well, next, let's queer up education. Judge rules straight cisgender Minnesota principal not discriminated against for queer allyship. This week, a federal judge ruled that Mary Kay Thomas was not protected from alleged retaliation due to her queer allyship and advocacy at the school she worked at, and that she was not protected by the First Amendment. The school board and superintendent removed her from her role after she installed pride flags at the school and launched a gay-straight alliance against the will of the board. Thomas argued that the school board violated the Title VII and the Title IX and the First Amendment by removing her for her actions supporting the LGBTQ community. U.S. District Court Judge Patrick J. Schultz said that because Thomas identifies as a straight cisgender woman, she is not afforded the same protections against discrimination as a queer community. Judge Schultz said, quote, "The district acted against Thomas because of hostility to her views, not because of hostility to her sex, and thus the district would have discriminated against Thomas in exactly the same way had she been a man." I think that she should have been protected because it's definitely like, I think allyship should definitely receive some type of support as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like, putting up pride flags is not causing any harm to anybody.
No.
Celebrating the diversity of many of the LGBT community is not harming anyone. I think that she should have been protected. And even the comment of what he said, this sounds very just problematic to me, that she's not protected because she's straight. Like, where's her protection?
Right. So, so because I just looking at it here, the hostility of her views is
hostility.
So the board is being hostile.
Yeah.
Yes.
But just to her views.
Just to her views.
Just to her views, not to her.
So that's okay. When I think of LGBTQIA, aside from A being asexual, I always think about A being our allies, right?
Yeah,
because we can't do much without them. That's the truth.
That's
True.
right. That's right.
Like it or not, So I mean, I have to disagree with this whole ruling, just because I think that it also should have protected her. Our allies have to stand up for us. There's many times that our teachers are straight allies, they're not part of our community, and they're the first ones to help a gay student, right? Come out or whatever. I mean, think about it. The gentleman that is going to be our vice president started a gay straight alliance and helped our community, right?
In Minnesota,
as a straight, white, cisgendered man. So Mama, I love your name, by the way, Mary Kay Thomas. You need to sell like makeup or some shit, right? Or buy a couple Wendy's. I don't know. But my point is, Mary Kay, that there is a future for you, whatever it is, all right? That school didn't appreciate you, bye, okay? Just bye.
And also, I just want to say that the judge might have committed an error in this ruling, because viewpoint discrimination is a real thing.
Yes.
And also she should be allowed to support LGBTQ plus students. I mean, the school board and the judge is literally saying that unless you're gay, you're not allowed to touch gay stuff. And that's BS. I'm sorry. That's pure bullshit.
Yeah.
if that's the logic, then we cannot rely on our allies. That means that we can only rely on ourselves.
Or screwed.
And screwed. And the principal by doing this is protecting her students from discrimination and bullying.
Yeah, because she's also going directly against the wishes of her boss.
Well,
even though her bosses are
bigoted assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Christopher, let it out. What?
Yeah, I just think that, I stutter. Leave me alone. But,
just like Brandy.
Stop. Moving on. No, but even when they were making that comment, they could have said, well, she violated any, like the
Section A, Part B of the school board, I don't know what.
HR something, but they didn't even say that. They said we hostility of reviews. It's like, well, that's discrimination as well.
Yeah.
Because on the other side, the right, they have a right to discriminate against us for many different reasons and point it to their religion, which can be viewed the same way.
Yeah. Yeah. Another point of this that scares me is that something like this would make another ally maybe not help us.
Exactly.
That's right.
Like why? Okay, I don't want.
That's the chilling effect.
I need my job.
That is the chilling. I need my job. Things are expensive, man. I bought almond milk the other day for $5. That's not right.
Almond milk.
Anyway, my point.
Rich.
Right. $40 at McDonald's.
Almond milk. $40. That's it. I mean, it's okay. We must do better. We really must do better.
Absolutely.
Folks, as a nonprofit LGBTQ plus media organization, we would like to thank our viewers, that's you, for supporting our mission to tell the stories of the queer community. We'd also like to thank the generous support of Jets Pizza. Jets is the LGBTQ plus community's most popular pizza in South Florida. Eat it up, Bonnie. Eat it up.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza, Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
Next, let's explore the mysteries of Machu Picchu. Journey through Peru and explore Machu Picchu's ancient history with nonprofit Hotspots Happening Out Travel Club. This immersive adventure will take you from the bustling streets of Lima to the high-altitude wonders of Cusco, the Sacred Valley, and the breathtaking ruins of Machu Picchu. Enjoy expertly guided tours, first-class accommodations, and stunning train rides. This is your chance to experience Peru like never before, while supporting the nonprofit mission of the club. Book your once-in-a-lifetime adventure at happeningout.travel.
Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. Supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out television studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m.
We finished tonight's Queer News headlines with a segment we call LGBTQ Plus 1 Minute News.
LGBTQ Plus 1 Minute News. Let's queer up entertainment. Kit Connor talks the sweet and tender sex scenes in Heartstopper Season 3. Season 3 of the hit queer Netflix show Heartstopper hits the streaming service this week, and star Kit Connor has opened up about the show's sex scene in an interview with Radio Times. Connor explains, quote, "The focus is on the difficulties of knowing when you're ready and what is to be a younger queer person. There isn't as much representation in the industry of queer sex, and often it's represented as being much more advanced and very highly sexualized. This is really sweet and tender," end quote. Well, sweet and tender with him anytime. He is a cutie, and that show is amazing.
Heartstopper.
Hi.
Sure.
Do you need a spray bottle?
We're about to hose him down, right?
You're dripping over there.
You know what I love that, he expressed this, that it was like, that it's all sweet and tender, that it doesn't have to be all just like
raunchy.
Very raunchy or anything like that. But I'm also thinking about like the younger queer kids that watch this, right? And aren't scared off by, oh my God, I don't have to do, I remember watching porn before I had sex for the first time with a girl, right? And I'm like, I have to do all that, right? And I was like, oh my God, that was scary to me, right? This is a great way to give a person a sense of just their own bodies and just knowing that tender and sweet is okay, making out and cuddling is okay. It doesn't all have to be pornific, Anybody else?
Yeah, I don't watch the show, but yeah.
I don't watch the show either. But
good for these white men, yeah.
Okay, go body. Go.
LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up entertainment. Lil Nas X breaks down masculine stereotypes for YSL. 25-year-old pop star Lil Nas X has been a beauty ambassador for YSL for the last 2 years. And now he's flashing his biceps for their new scent called Myself Le Parfum. The new campaign has the goal of amplifying authenticity and celebrating what the brand calls modern masculinity. According to YSL, the perfume, Myself, is an intense masculine fragrance with a long-lasting woody floral and spicy vanilla bourbon fragrance born from the unexpected encounter of rich orange blossom, warm woods, spicy black pepper, and enhanced by velvety vanilla bourbon for a sensual and warm ambery trail. The biceps ain't so bad either. My God, that is a lot in one bottle.
Yes, but I smell some of it wafting over here.
Bobby, close your leg. So
why am I being attacked?
Girl, you are being offered. So I'm sure this parfum smells amazing. I trust Nas, who, as representative, will not steer us wrong. I think he has good taste in a lot of things, not everything, but a lot of things. So I think this is good. Come on, another one for the gay black man. Appreciate it.
Right?
Hey.
It's so funny because I love Lil Nas X, right? And you know, I just love how authentic he is, how out he is, how he don't give a F he is, you know? And it's funny that when we first started doing stories on him, I'm like, you know what? Anything Lil Nas X puts out, I want it. Okay, he wants to do his scent in a perfume, I'm buying it. And here it is, you know? And when I think of Lil Nas X, yeah, that's totally what I think of. Woody and floral with a little bit of pepper.
Yeah. And he looked good in that photo too. He got like a little like Steve Harvey lace front thing going on. But like, you know that was a wig for him.
Was it a wig?
Axe Cat Williams, baby, that was a wig.
Because I always thought it was too perfect.
It was too perfect.
Too perfect. Now it was just like a lace front. So, the deception of it all.
Girl.
LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up lesbians and queer women. Meet Rebel Wilson's wife, Ramona Agruma. Pitch Perfect actress Rebel Wilson got married this week in Italy to her partner Ramona Agruma. Ramona is the founder and fashion designer behind Lemon Limon, an LA-based sustainable clothing brand. In an interview with People in May of 2022, Rebel mentioned that Ramona and her met via a friend. In the interview, Wilson said, quote, "We spoke on the phone for weeks before meeting, and that was a really good way to get to know each other. It was a bit old school in that sense, very romantic," end quote. Go Rebel! Rebel looks amazing. Rebel got skinny and got a wife. All right, Rebel got skinny and caught a wife. That's the magnetide works, wife. Baby. That's the magnetide works. Now, don't take her last name though. Okay, Rebel Agruma. Sounds like something you need cream to alleviate.
Oh, Lord.
No,
Estee Lauder. Don't hyphenate. Don't hyphenate. Agruma Wilson just sounds like something you don't want
Even
to do.
worse, Agruma Wilson. What are you going to do? I'm Agruma Wilson.
Rebel Agruma sounds like a headline on a conservative website. She's a what? She's a
Rebel Agruma. She's a Rebel Agruma.
I love that she thought the whole conversation on the phone was romantic, but I don't know. Like, I don't know that I could talk to someone for weeks on the phone before I meet them.
We don't talk anymore. We just text, you know.
Yeah, true.
That's right. I can't stand the sound of a lot of y'all voices.
Ooh.
I don't talk to
Every
anybody.
time I see you,
Shots fired.
Hello.
That part.
Well, LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up sports. Despite risk of death penalty, Saudi Arabian chief says World Cup LGBTQ fans are welcome. Despite football clubs warning queer fans to be especially careful if they choose to attend the World Cup in Saudi Arabia, the man in charge of the country's bid to host the event is encouraging everyone to come. Saudi Arabia has one of the most restrictive LGBTQ laws in any country in the world. Saudi spokesperson Hamad al-Balawi said, quote, "We are on a journey of remarkable transformation. It's the natural next step for us to aspire to bring the World Cup to Saudi Arabia, and we're very excited about it. You will be respected, you'll be welcome, and that respect and welcome is to everyone from all around the world."
You said they're welcoming fans. What about, you know, we know, for instance, that homosexuality is criminalized in Saudi Arabia. Will members of the LGBTQ plus community, what would you say to them who have concerns about traveling to a country like Saudi Arabia?
We welcome all fans. We respect the privacy of all of our guests. We've seen millions of guests come to Saudi Arabia in the last few years. As I mentioned, over 100 sporting events attended by over 3 million sporting fans. They've enjoyed their experiences. They've enjoyed their time. People need to educate themselves about the kingdom, and the best way to do that is to come and visit. They will find hospitable Saudis, people that will be very proud to receive them. And it's a tourism sector that's ever expanding and ever increasing, and would love to receive all of our guests.
So what would you say to somebody, for instance, who is, part of the LGBTQ community, who says, I don't want to go to a country where it's illegal for me to be me?
I say you'll be respected, you'll be welcomed in Saudi Arabia, and that respect and welcome is to everyone from all around the world.
Yeah, I do not believe a single word that he says. First of all, it's not just restrictive. The punishment for being gay is death. They literally cut your head off with a sword.
Wow.
So, yeah, this is, and also, haven't we learned from Qatar, last World Cup in Qatar, another Middle Eastern country, where they say that all fans are welcome and they end up confiscating pride, any kind of pride flags and any representation, and even deported some LGBTQ journalists who was covering the event. So, no, and why are we granting international sporting events to countries where not all human rights are respected?
That part.
Why are we giving, what's next? Give it to, what is next? Give
Korea.
it to like North Korea? or maybe give it to Russia again, because good
Putin,
God. Yeah.
Right? Listen, you in danger, boys. You in danger, okay? If you really
Switch that grinder off.
If you really feel the need that you have to go to this, I've got a couple of tips for you, all right? Look as straight as possible. Grab your nuts a lot. Grab your nearest beard if you can, and do not get on Grindr under no circumstances.
And don't respect women.
Now,
Just slap a girl when you're walking by. Oh
now, I gotta say this. Now, white gays, don't you take your asses out there.
No.
Don't you take your asses out there.
Saying I want to experience shit. Saying I want to experience
Don't
shit.
take your asses out
That
there.
Savior complex won't say shit, not even yourself.
It don't work out there, baby. Sit down.
Yeah.
Watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
But pirate it, so they don't get the views.
No, yeah, exactly. Exactly that part.
All right, LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up entertainment. Queer fans rediscovered the Murder, She Wrote drag club episode. The iconic Dame Angela Lansbury brought the mystery show Murder, She Wrote to TV screens 40 years ago this week. While the show was generally not focused on LGBTQ themes, its campy storylines and characters attracted many queer viewers. In the third episode from October 14, 1984, titled Birds of a Feather, Lansbury's character of Jessica Fletcher goes to San Francisco, where the mystery of the week shows her following of philandering groomed to be to a drag bar. In 2015, Lansbury was named number 5 on Playbill's list of definitive divas who are gay icons and credited the gay community for much of the success of her career. She said, quote, "I am very proud of the fact that I am a gay icon. Everything about Mame coincided with every young man's idea of beauty and glory, and it was lovely," end quote. We won't spoil the mystery of whodunit, but we suggest you watch the iconic 40-year-old drag queen episode yourself. One, I love Murder, She Wrote. I remember being a little gaby sitting up with my mama watching Murder, She Wrote. She Wrote. It was such a good show. I think they also... No, they bring Matlock back.
Matlock is back.
Yeah, But they need to bring Murder, She Wrote
They
back.
should.
Yes, definitely.
And I instantly thought the same thing, though. I was like, white woman, white man. All right, cool. Okay, got it. But no, it wasn't the same thing. I love, just like you, I was a gay-bee. I saw it, my parents watching this, and I didn't know she was a gay icon or anything until coming to work for Queer News Tonight. I had no idea, and she's a dame. I love that, I mean, she lived to be 96 years old, and they say that wherever she went, she had gay friends. Like every town, every city that she would go visit, she had her gay boys that she would go and hang out with.
She was Broadway first.
I love that.
Broadway through and through.
And that's probably, that right there is the stem of it, right?
And we all know Broadway is super gay.
Very. Y'all love a show tune.
Don't make me start singing.
I know. I knew it was coming. Your little jazz hands is about to go flutter over there. All right. That is today's news for the queer community on the world's first and only daily LGBTQ evening news show.
If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ+ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support. If our community is to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world.
This is the only place in the world that tells these types of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, and Queer News Tonight.
Am I a mame or a dame? Am I either one? Is Bonnie a mame?
Mame
I'm a bad bitch. I don't know what
Mame is the name of the show. It's the character.
Okay.
So, but a dame is a title that would be bestowed upon you by a queen.
Oh, okay. So then me and Bonnie are definitely dames.
Okay,
then we'll take it. If you're handing it out like that, okay.
Yeah, dame is the equivalent of a knight.
Ah, all right. I'll take that.
We have a queen
Dame
right here, so
FayWhat?
go ahead and give her.
Dame FayWhat? All right.
Dames and
I don't want to
duds.
see the sword you used tonight.
Yeah.
Oh!
I do.
Yeah.
We'll see it tonight at the Gathering.
You will
8
see it
o'clock.
tonight at the Gathering. Well, I am your Dame anchor, FayWhat? And on behalf of these LGBTQ+ reporters, the incredible anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Dr. Tai Houser, Bonnie Builder, Dr. Bobby Huen, and Christopher Barnhill. We'll see you daily at 8 p.m. We remind you, the presidential election is just 33 days away. Stand up for equality. rights and representation. Make sure you're registered and ready to cast your ballot. Do not sleep with anybody who is not registered to vote or who is not planning on voting. Let's make history together. Let's vote for a better future. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Bye.